Greetings, programs. This is Wretch. Welcome back to Lacuna. And in the last episode, guys, we were able to question both Boyd and Abraham Gonzales, the man he was meeting at the Joris Plaza fountain. And we were able to get some information from both gentlemen. Hopefully that'll assist us as the case goes on. But in the meantime, we are here at AdSpot. This is an advertising company where the Liberator's message that went out to everyone actually originated from. And there's definitely been signs of a break-in, but things are a little bit fishy, and it seems like it may be an inside job, quite literally. You see we have a broken window here, but all the glass shards are actually on the outside, indicating that the window was broken from inside the building. Now, we talked to Brown, who's the security guard here, and he is a complete jumble of nerves. And apparently he has a Saviant wife as well, so it wouldn't make sense for him to actually assist the Liberators, considering the fact that their message is very anti-Saviant. Now, he could be lying there. We're not exactly sure. But if we go in through here, we see the broken window, all the glass outside. So this is definitely where whoever did this made their escape and not their exit. Or not their entrance, excuse me. So let's go ahead and try and narrow down our suspects. We've got the sheet here, and our suspects are Moore, Chen, Brown, and Cox. Now, Albert Cox, I believe his name was, he's the CEO of the security company. If we look at the logs, secretary, he's been at a business meal since 1730. And when we were talking to Brown, the broadcast happened around 1800, so that eliminates Cox as a potential suspect. We also have down here a list of people who have come in. And here's Jim Chen. He's the CEO of the AdSpot company. Looks like he came in at 6 a.m. and he left at 16:55. And he never came back. So I think that eliminates him as a suspect as well. Everyone who was here at the time of the broadcast and the break-in was actually from Cox Security Services. So that is interesting. Not to say that Albert Cox wouldn't have information, but he does have that alibi thanks to the secretary. So the other guard that Brown was talking about, let's see, what was his name? James Moore. And he's been working for his boss a long time. So we also have list of presence detector entries that actually goes into the video room. Was 1756, 1801, and 1802. So it started at 1800, and then Brown, who was in the break room, ran in. So I would say he came in at 1801, and it's a list of people who go in and out. So I'm going to assume that he went ahead and left at 1802. So that means whoever it is actually came in at 1756 and then exited through the window. So let's see. Yeah, someone came in at 1755 from Cox Security Services. Brown came in, clocked in at 1700. So 1802, wait, is it 1802 and 1804? Let me double check that real quick. (1802 and 1804). Let me look at Brown's. Oops. Let me look at Brown's testimony again. I'm just making sure that I'm not confuzzling myself. Did you leave the building when looking for the intruder and came right back? Left at 1802, 1804. All right. So by that rationale, I would assume that our culprit is actually the other security guard. Because Chen never came back, Albert Cox was at dinner, according to the secretary. I don't think we have any kind of evidence disproving that. And Brown, like everything that we're seeing from the scanning, actually lines up with what he's saying, except for that one person who came in right before 1800 and then left through the window. So I would say his name was Moore, right? I'd say the video broadcast was started by him. So I'm going to go ahead and say, yeah. Let me double check and make sure that was his name. James Moore. Okay. Submit. And talk to Gary. All right, the die is cast. I took a look at the broken window. There's a lot more glass lying outside than inside. I'm pretty sure that it was smashed from the inside and not the outside. You're saying they broke the window to get out, not in? Exactly. I think that whoever started that broadcast walked in through the front door, played the video, smashed the window, climbed through it, and ran away. And why break the window at all then? Probably to conceal the real way they got in. If our perp entered through the front door, they must possess an AdSpot door card. That leaves us with a limited circle of suspects, apart from the employees of AdSpot. 3 people from Cox Security have access to door cards as well. Cox himself, Brown, and his colleague Moore. Moore works here as well. He and Brown take turns in surveilling the facility. Any idea which of them started the video? Yeah. Someone with a Cox Security door card entered the building at 1755, shortly before the broadcast began. It can't have been Brown. He passed by the door 3 times since he arrived, and that places him inside. Well, couldn't he have climbed back in through the broken window to avoid the scanner at the door? No, that's evident from the data of the server room door. Saito pulled it for me. There's another scanner there. Only 2 other people have access to Cox's door cards. James Moore and their boss. Cox has been in the business meeting since 1730, so Moore is the only suspect left. Good work, Conrad. I'll send a unit to arrest him immediately. You and I should pay his boss a visit and see what he has to say. Should be back at his office by now. I'll send you Cox's address. Get to the train. I'll meet you there. Roger that. Well, I hope that was the right call. I mean, all the pieces seem to line up. I will assume we did a good job. And we already looked around. There was nowhere to actually smoke. Here, this is like the only smoke-free area in the game that I've noticed. Oh. And we got a call. Hey, Saito. Neil, good news. I managed to crack the cell of that businessman, Abraham Gonzales. I found a deleted message that is extremely interesting. Seems like someone hired him to fetch the data module on Gara. And here's the kicker. The message was sent from the Mercurius network. The what now? The Mercurius network is only accessible to really big companies. They have to be publicly traded and count more than 10,000 employees. What's more, the message was sent via a highly encrypted channel of the network. Those are exclusively accessible to high-ranking executives. That means that whoever sent this message to Gonzales is someone high up at a big company? Not just high up, it practically has to be the CEO. Good job, Saito. It sounds like a solid lead. I'll forward you the message and a list of all companies in the solar system that match the criteria. I'm also opening a sheet about who is behind the Liberators. Oh, and one more thing. I also managed to extract a message from the sniper's cell. Looks like he sent it to the woman who stole the data from our chief. You might want to have a look at that as well. I'll forward it to your cell. Copy that. Talk to you later. Okay, sheet opened. The Liberators. The name of the company behind the Liberators is... Oh, good lord. Okay. Blue Sky, Hamora, Glover Mining, Millex, Happy Cow, Black Mamba. Okay, we got a lot of Dyson, Pharma. That name, Dyson, sounds familiar. Okay, tons of companies. They're based on... They belong to the blank sector. And specialize in all of these things. Cool. List of companies that could be behind the Liberators. Wajabi & Sons, Dyson Enterprise, May Technologies, Hamora Technology, Pharma, and more. Now, we met Dyson before. What was the other one? It was Millex. Mining Telenium. Yeah, they're both... the only difference between Millex and Dyson was their location. One's on Gara and one's on Drovia. Brain Tech, Happy Cow, Beyond Body. I think we've seen some of their advertisements around here. Mr. Gonzales, as promised, I'm sending you more detailed instructions for your mission on Gara. On 1840, May the 4th at 8:30 in the morning, you will wait for your contact person at the big fountain on Joris Plaza. She will hand you a data stick that you will take with you when you leave the planet in the evening. As soon as you have left the Garian network, you will be contacted by one of my employees and given further instructions. As we already agreed, you are strictly forbidden from asking questions or trying to find out what the data on the stick is about. Discretion is of utmost importance for this mission. As soon as the module is in my possession, the agreed upon fee will be transferred to your bank account. Sincerely, and the important part is blanked out. Forwarded message. Zora, you probably figured out by now that I lied to you about Williams asking me to take care of the handover. Pretty sure you're mad as hell, and I'm sorry for that. Thing is, I have a bad feeling about this whole mission, and I really couldn't stand it if you got hurt. We promised each other that this was the last job we would accept, and that we would get out of it after all afterwards. However, over the last few days, I realized that going back to normal after all those years scares the shit out of me. I'm not like you. What I'm trying to say is, if I don't get out of this, I want you to quit nonetheless and do what we were planning to do. I'm sure it'll make you happy. Maybe not immediately, but surely after a while. If everything goes as planned, I'll be with you in no time, and I'm sure I'll find a way to get used to normal life. If it doesn't, don't look back, and don't come looking for me. Boit. Ugh. Well, if we ever run into Zora, I guess we could use this as information. Okay. Well, now we're going to be talking to Mr. Cox about the break-in. Doesn't look like his company, though, was on the list. Oh, there's our train. Onward! Ooh. Paloon Market. That looked awesome. See, and we see all this stuff for brain gain. Definitely going to be places to smoke here. Go to Cox Security. Alright, I will head that direction here. Oh, that looks like it was secret. Mr. Happy Veggie Buffet. I wonder if that'll come into play a little bit later. Alright, everything point... Oh, got a call. Popular guy today. Hey, Gary. Conrad, I'm having car troubles, but I'll be there soon. Car troubles, huh? Yeah, save it, Conrad. It's literally the first time you got somewhere faster than me. You know, while you're waiting, you could swing by the restaurant where Cox presumably had dinner and check his alibi. We asked for them to send over tonight's surveillance footage. He said that their camera is, unfortunately, broken right now. Seems to be one of those locations where privacy is part of the service. Restaurant is on the layer above Cox's office and the train station. You go upstairs, take a left. You could have a chat with his wife if she's still here. Her name is Yvonne Cox. Roger that. Yeah, see you in a bit. I'll give you a call when I have an ETA. Okay. Now we know we gotta go that way, but... Ooh. Mega shop, huh? This is cool. I like it. Seeing if there was anyone we could talk to. Can we highlight the outline mode? Just in case. Just everyone living their lives. Can't go down that way. We can go up here, though. Oh, this is like a huge area. What is that? Is it like a big old piece of wood they're trying to move? And looks like a plaza. We can go through here. Good evening, sir. Do you have a reservation? Evening. I'd like to talk to Yvonne Cox. Is she here? I must ask, is she expecting you? Not really, no. I'm sorry, but I can only let you in as part of a reservation. Neil Conrad, CDI. Would you please lead me to Miss Cox? Would you please follow me? Sir? And that's why it's vital that we keep negotiating with them, no matter what Albert says. Miss Cox. Yes? Who are you? Neil Conrad, CDI. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I'd like to ask you a few questions. CDI? What did I do to deserve your attention? It's about your husband, actually. Ah, well... Excuse me, Mr. Conrad. Jacqueline Hendricks, attorney at law. Miss Cox is my client. You realize she's not obligated to give you any information about... It's okay, Jacqueline. Let's talk, Mr. Conrad. Would you mind if we stepped outside? I need some fresh air. Hopefully we did this in the right order. Jacqueline is a little overprotective sometimes. That's how you know a lawyer is worth their salt. You said this was about Albert. What is it you want to ask me? Well, I was wondering if you could tell me where your husband was around 6 o'clock tonight. Well, we met here with Jacqueline at 17:30 and discussed some business decisions over dinner. About half an hour ago, Albert got a phone call and excused himself. That was us. Sorry for interrupting your dinner. Did Mr. Cox act strange in any way over the last few days? I have no idea. Last time I saw him before tonight must have been 2 weeks ago. Albert and I don't live together anymore. We have all but separated. You're getting a divorce? Maybe. It would be very complicated for our businesses. I see. Well, that's all for now. Thank you for taking the time. Well, that would eliminate him, potentially. Gary, what's up? I'll be there in 10 minutes. What about you? You talk to the wife? Yeah, she corroborates his alibi. Do you believe her? Yeah, I didn't have the impression she'd lie to protect him. Their marriage is apparently more of a pragmatic arrangement at this point. Yeah, see. Well, listen, I got bad news. Moore's not home. He's on a holiday, according to his wife. She said he went to Manami Tree Resort. We're currently trying to confirm this and get a hold of him. Why don't you go talk to Moore's wife? See if you can buy that story. Saito says you're very close by. Move up a layer or two and make a right to leave the market. You should find her apartment there. Come back down to Cox's office when you're done. It's right near the train station. I'll be here in 10. Find Moore's apartment.
On my way up to Moore's apartment, I walked through aromatic clouds of fried rice, fish, and mystery meat.
Ooh.
I'd been down to Paloon Market once before, with Catherine. It almost surprised me to see that none of the platforms had collapsed in the years since. People were still selling the same junk, some of it probably stolen halfway across the planet.
It's a bold assumption. Okay, now I know I'm not heading the direction we need to go, but I will grab smokes. I want to head to the office and look at that. Because it was over here, right? Yeah, Cox Security. What is... Oh, that looks like something we can actually check. I guess we have to... Okay. One thing at a time, Wretch. I don't know, that patio area outside the restaurant looks like a good smoking spot. And looks like they were able to move whatever was in the way. It'd be cool if there was like someone watching us from this like foreground. Okay, arrow says to go that way, so obviously I will go the other. Brain gain. That's all we're seeing, just all these companies in the subtle. I like it. Anybody home? Who's there? Agent Neil Conrad, CDI. I already talked to your colleagues. I know, I'm sorry to bother you once more. You said that your husband went on a vacation, is that correct? Why don't you come in? Can I see your badge? Of course. James went to Manami Tree Resort. His flight left last night after work. Is there a way to contact him? He left his cell here because he wanted some peace and quiet. What exactly do you want from him? I hope he's not in trouble. Why would you say that? Does he get in trouble a lot? No, not lately. Wouldn't everyone be worried about the CDI knocking on their door? Not lately. Does your husband have a criminal record? He made some mistakes years ago, and he did his time for it. What did he do? His boss asked him to make a delivery of illegal substances. James got caught, and his boss said he knew nothing about it. Who was his boss at the time? Not Mr. Cox, I suppose. Oh, it was Cox, all right. James was in prison for almost a year and went right back to working for him. He didn't hold a grudge at all? Let's say he didn't have much of a choice. It's hard enough finding a job nowadays, even more so with a criminal record. Thank you, Mrs. Moore. That's all for now. If your husband gets in touch, tell him to contact me. Here's my cell info. Do you mind if I have a quick look around? Look around? Why not? Just please don't make a mess. Will do. Single plate in the sink. Looks like she had dinner alone. Is that a code or something? UPC or whatever it's called? Oxydanol, or oxydanole, highly addictive substance used in lung disease treatment. Oh, he needs the money. Millix wins 10-year court case. Report by Amy Thorson. Negotiations in the Hope scandal finally came to a close last Monday. Millix Mining had... Oh, wait a minute. Was that a... Is it like a... No, it's not TV. Okay, anyway, sorry. Negotiations of Milix Mining had made negative headlines almost 16 years ago, when hundreds of employees filed a class action lawsuit against the mining giant. Many of them had suffered permanent lung damage after allegedly having been exposed to harmful gases over prolonged periods of time in the mining chamber dubbed Hope on Femus. A long, slow, and expensive back and forth of appeals followed until last week, when the Interplanetary Court finally ruled that the company would not be held accountable and did not have to compensate the alleged victims. This conclusion is viewed by many as a great failure of the federal justice system. Neither the mining's lobby's system-wide influence nor the Federation's interest in Milix's economic success are a secret, leading many to openly question the integrity of the court's decision. Oh, okay, it's like a newspaper clipping that he has framed. Charges against Cox Security. Last week, a delivery van belonging to the company Cox Security was stopped as part of a routine traffic control. The police found an undisclosed amount of mind-altering substances stowed away under the loading area and arrested the driver on the spot. Facing charges of drug trafficking, the CEO of Cox Security has denied any involvement and claimed the driver was acting of his own accord. If the driver admits fault, he's looking at up to 1 year in prison. So he took the fall, huh? Excuse me, Mrs. Moore. I have another question. Why did you frame those 2 news articles? They're important to James and me. They remind us of things we shouldn't forget. What things? I'm sorry, but that's really private. Could I ask you to leave now? I'm tired and I need some rest. I see. Thank you. Okay. Single plate. And the cancer treatment. Oh, and a phone call. Hey, Conrad. How'd it go with Moore's wife? Well, she doesn't seem to know what her husband is up to. I took a look around the place, though. Yeah, good. We need all the information we can get. I'm almost at Cox's building. I'll meet you there.
Oftentimes in our investigations, the obvious solution would turn out to be the right one. People usually acted in accordance with their interests and their emotions. Whoever we first thought did it, they often turned out to have done it. With Moore and everyone else we had met so far, it always felt that we were at least one step removed from the truth. Nothing about this case was obvious.
Yeah, I guess it was obvious we wouldn't need to bring in, like, agents. Okay. News. I think we're good. Where's the... Oh, yeah, I keep on forgetting about, like, the... Wait, can we talk to you? No, you just had a glow about you. Oh, and a save point. Good deal. Well, I think this is a perfect place to go ahead and end the episode, guys. Looks like Gary's just arrived, and we'll see where the story goes from here. Hope you all have enjoyed it. If you liked the episode, please leave a like down below. Subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, that'd be a big help. And we'll see you next time. Later days, everyone.